Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another LeetCode problem. Today we're doing problem number 1630, arithmetic subarrays. A sequence of numbers is called arithmetic if it consists of at least two elements, and the difference between every two consecutive elements is the same. For formula sequence S is arithmetic if only S blah blah blah. Anyways, let's explain what an arithmetic sequence is. It's really the difference between every single number is the same. The difference between 3 and 1 is the same. The difference between 5 and 3 is the same. Between 7 and 5 is the same. And so what we're doing is we're given an array of numbers right over here. And we're giving two equal sized left and right arrays. And so what these are the queries you're going to have to work with. So at this, for example, at index 0, we have 0, and for R, we have 2. And so this is one query, meaning we get the subarray at this range between 0 and 2. Okay? So 0, 1, 2, 4, 6, 5, right? And that is a subarray. And then for 0, the next one 0 and 3, we'll get 0 and 3. That will be another subarray. And then same thing for the last one, 2 and 5. So these are just queries to help make a subarray from this first query. Okay, that's what the left and right arrays are. Now what we need to do is for each of these subarrays that these queries produce, we need to check if the numbers can be rearranged in a certain order such that oh man. Yeah, so what we need to do is we need to check if the numbers can be arranged in a certain order such that the subarray can be turned into an arithmetic sequence. What is an arithmetic sequence? Just like the numbers are incrementing or decrementing in a certain pattern. Not in a certain pattern, but at the same level, same values. So what we do here is very simple. We have our array list. This is our response. And all we need to do now is iterate through all the queries. That's what this is doing. The length is iterating through all the queries, and we get a subarray. And arrays that copy of range will basically form that subarray. You just pass in the original array, the left and the right. This is exclusive, this is inclusive. And so this will give you that subarray. And then you call this helper method called check is arithmetic subarrays. And it's very simple. This can be classified as an easy problem. And then all this does is basically checks if it's an arithmetic subarray. And the way we're going to check if the subarray is an arithmetic subarray, that's, I guess, the trick of the problem that turns it from an easy to a medium. We have to recognize that you don't really need to rearrange all the numbers and find all the possible rearrangements. All you need to do is sort them. Because if you sort them, then the difference, if they were an arithmetic sequence, then the difference between all the consecutive numbers should be the same. And if you do sort them and that doesn't happen, meaning the difference between each number is not the same, or we would say the delta, a delta meaning difference, is not the same, then we know it's not an arithmetic subarray or arithmetic sequence. So if less than 2, we return false because it's just one element. If it's equal to 2, we return true because we're just checking the difference between two elements in the array, and there will be give one answer, and you don't need to compare it to anything else. Then you sort the nums, like we mentioned. You grab the delta between the first one and the second element, and then you go through the entire array and you continuously check the difference between two consecutive elements, and you make sure that they're equal to delta. If they're not equal to delta, then we know we return false, and that is not an arithmetic subarray. And then at the end of it, we just return true. And so yeah, we get the Boolean value for every single subarray that these queries return between left and right. And if it is, then we just add it to the response. If it's not, then we don't. We add false, and then we just return the response. And that is that. Very simple solution, very easy problem.